Welcome to this Jeep Wagoneer review video. Think you're gonna like this one. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the positives. So positive number one that I like is this Wagoneer depiction that comes when you open the door. Obviously nothing to write home about, but still pretty nice. Has that luxury feel to it. Also, I would say I'm neutral. I know I said I'll start with the positives first, but I'm neutral on the interior. I think the design is nice. I wouldn't say as a whole it feels cheap, because I think positionally they put things in the right place. I'm used to a traditional shifter knob here, so this little dial was interesting. I feel as though this was okay. I wish they would have used more of the screen here, whereas it kind of stopping here, I don't absolutely love that. As far as the options to choose from on here, pretty standard, pretty typical. I really like the way the steering wheel felt. Feels nice and smooth. And as far as the information here, obviously it's digital. Not too many vehicles have the traditional tachometer and speedometer. Another pro I would say is the visibility in here has been pretty nice. I mean, I've driven this a few times, so this is a rental. This isn't actually my personal vehicle, so take it for what you will when it comes to my recommendations here, because only you are going to know if it suits you and your family best. But the best thing to do is just go ahead and rent one yourself. I would not just go right to the dealership, just all euphoric feeling that, yeah, no, like rent one of these first and drive it. But again, as far as the interior, I think it's good. I have no real complaints. The seats are pretty comfortable, heated seats and all that as well. Good amount of space over here. So yeah, I like that. And another pro I could say, again, is definitely the room. I mean, forgive me for the mess in here, but it's what you're gonna get when you have a big old boat of a vehicle like this. And so also the ride quality felt really great. It wasn't the best ride quality I felt, but also wasn't the worst for it having the kind of tires and everything on here. All good there. No complaints from any of the people that we were with. I mean, there was a lot of us in here at one point in time, and so again, no real complaints there. But the room that we have back here is also great. I didn't realize this at first, but you can adjust how high this comes up, because I'm about 6'2", and I bumped my head on here a couple of times. But you can hold this button here to set it, so whichever way and height you need it. Another pro I would definitely say is the look of this thing. I think they did a great job of making this vehicle unique, and they kept the, I don't know, I would say the traditional aspect or the originality of the Jeep look. I think it's nice and aggressive, but at the same time has luxurious elements about it. As we speak right now, I'm not exactly sure what these go for, but I'm sure it's not the cheapest vehicle on the road either. But as we kind of get into the cons, I would say, let me show you something. So like I said, you got all this space back here, but I would say the biggest con that I have when it comes to this vehicle is the placement of these buttons. So if you are loading stuff back here, okay, that's fine. Got nobody else in here, you're by yourself. But I think they could have placed these in a better spot, even if it was up here or something like that. But it's way too easy if you're loading this thing up to bump one of these buttons. Watch how fast these seats go forward. Boom. Another one. Boom. Okay, so if you have a child car seat in here and your little 1-year-old like mine likes to stick her arms and her fingers or whatever, and you accidentally press one of those buttons and her arm is right there and this goes down at light speed, then that could not be good for her. So if anything, I wish they went down a little bit slower, but the main thing is really just the placement of those buttons. So yeah, that's my biggest gripe. One thing I forgot to mention that I do like, it's very odd, but it's the sound that the doors make when they close. I just like that, the little noise it makes. It sounds different from my truck. Like I said, this is a rental, this isn't my vehicle. But yeah, so if I was to give this Jeep Wagoneer a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely incredible and 1 being I don't like it at all, I would give it about a 7. But again, it comes down to your family's needs, your preferences, because what I like might not be what you like. My wife and I, we have a Toyota Tacoma and we have a Toyota Sienna. So if you have a van, you know the van life. But again, it's just preferences at the end of the day. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.